Okay. In the next sample, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to open up a CAM template. We're going to load our Tombstone assembly here into the CAM file, and we're going to designate what the parts to cut are, what the stock are, and we're going to bind the other elements to the machine definition. So to get started, I'm going to hit New Document. I'm going to go to CAM, and I'm going to choose, in this case, my Morisaki NH4000. Click OK, and let that document load. Now, here you can see I have my machine definition. And now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and take and position all that in here. So I'm going to go to Automatic Positioning. In this case, real quick, because my design file was still open, when the software tiles the windows, it shows everything. I'm going to hit Escape real fast. I'm going to go over to this document, and I'm going to close it, because I don't need it open, actually. Now I'll go back to Automatic Positioning. Now I can see everything a little more easily. So with automatic positioning on this one, and this has to be set up in your template for this to work, I'm going to go ahead and window select everything in that document, and I'm going to choose the origin coordinate system from that document. And now you're going to see the software automatically bring it into my horizontal machine and position it on the table correctly. Next, I'm going to go ahead and maximize that file, and I'm going to start by going to my Part Pull-Down menu, Part Clamping, and Bind to a Machine Element. What binding to a machine element is for is to tell TopSolid'Cam which elements need to move with the simulation of the machine, as well as be checked against for collisions. So elements to bind, I'm going to go to my selection tool. I'm going to select that. I'll select that, that. Basically, all of my fixture components, right? Once they're all selected, I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to say, you know what? It's going to follow the motion of the table. Wherever the table goes, my tombstone has to follow. I'm going to say OK. Now, we're going to start defining our zeros and what the stock and what the finish is. So to do that, I'll zoom up on this first one, and I'm going to go create a workpiece. It wants me to pick my stock model first, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the stock. Now, holding my left button down, leave my cursor where it is, I'm going to hold my left button down, tap my right button to select through the stock to the finished part, to select that. And now it wants to know my part coordinate system. In other words, what I want to use is my G54. So I'm going to go to Coordinate System, on a point. I'm going to choose a snap type of center key point, and I'm going to put it right there. And I'll say this is a piece of aluminum. Why not? So now that part's defined. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go over to here, and I'm actually going to create my coordinate system ahead of time so that my X, Y, and Z axes are set up correctly. Because we're machining on the back side of the tombstone, we need the Z positive to actually be facing out away from the part. So to do that, I'm going to just go ahead and go to Coordinate System, on point, center key point again. But here you can see it's facing the wrong way, so I'll go to Modify Element. I'm going to select my coordinate system and flip it over twice. And now we'll go to define our workpiece. So stock, again, select through to grab the finished part, and my zero. And that's aluminum as well. So now we have both our parts laid out, and we're ready to machine.